Hey guys, my name is FunPro. If you play champions who usually prioritize ability damage, you have probably had to decide between two Mythics, Ludens versus Liandrys. Both of these items have similar stats, but there are distinguishable differences that can make you decide what item to go, depending on who you are facing. Both items are at 3200 gold, and they both give 80 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 600 mana. The differences mostly lie in their passives. However, Luden's also gives 6 flat magic mana in addition to the previously mentioned stats. In order to understand the passives and differences, we can utilize total damage equations to show and calculate damage variations between the two items. Let's look at the equations. For Ludens, the equation that we can use is 100 for 100 plus in parentheses magic resistance minus magic pen and then n parentheses. And that entire fraction we multiplied by in parentheses damage plus 0.1 times AP. Now looking at Liandry's, it will be 100 divided by 100 plus MR times 1.2 x times damage plus 60 plus 0.06 times ability power plus 0.04 times max HP. X represents a factor of 125 bonus HP, so if a person had 125 bonus HP, X would be 1. If the enemy had 250 bonus HP, X would be 2, and so on. To help provide some context and a guide on how to approach deciding between these two mythics, I'll provide 4 cases to help you understand the damage, as well as how to use these equations. In all of these cases, I'm going to hold the magic resistance constant at 100 MR. The runes were also picked to have no effect on the damage calculations. For all damage calculations, for Ludens, I will be using a level 13 Fiddlesticks with a max level E to damage the targets. The build will be Luden's, Sork Shoes, and Deathcap, and for Liandry's case, I will also be using the level 13 Fiddlesticks, and the build will be Liandry's, Sork's, and Deathcap. To calculate the damage, we will need the values for magic resistance, bonus HP on target, max HP on target, ability power, magic pen, and the damage of the ability. What I did to obtain these values was go to LolWiki and obtain all the stats from there. One thing that I also have done is, since I've introduced Sork Shoes into the Liandry's build, I also have introduced the flat magic pen that Sork Shoes gives into the equation. It's going to be very similar to the Luden's equation, except we won't be using as much magic pen. Looking at case 1, we'll be using a level 13 Fiddlesticks to damage a level 13 Zed, who has Eclipse, Swiftness Boots, and Ghostblade. Plugging in 100 for magic resistance and the respective values for the equations, Luden's damage will be equal to 276.02 damage. Since I'll be holding magic resistance constant in all cases in the same build, the damage for Luden's will be the same in all the cases. For the Liandry's case against Zed, the damage was 264.72. Now, the thing to note is that Liandry's calculated damage is total damage over 4 seconds because of the burn over time from the Torment passive. Now looking at a case with bonus HP is Hecarim. Hecarim is level 13 who built Journey Force, Lucidity Boots, and Sterax Gauge. Fiddle is going to E this target. The items give Hecarim 600 bonus HP. Luden's damage is still 276.02, but Liandry's damage will now be 295.09 damage. This makes sense because there was a bonus HP built, and as a result, max HP is increased. Looking at case 3 now, we have a level 13 Silas who built Everfrost, Lucidity Boots, and Zayas. This means there is a bonus HP value of 250. Liandry's damage was 282.76 damage, and Luden's damage is again 276.02. Now looking at one more case, I will now look at damaging a Lulu who built Moonstone, Lucidity Boots, and Forbidden Idol. Luden's will always do 276.02 when we use the variables I held constant in this video. Looking at level 11 Lulu, Liandry's would have done 266.57 damage. At level 13, Liandry's would have done 270.26 damage. At level 15, Liandry overtook Luden's damage and did 276.11 damage. This is also if you don't build items with HP. Now before we jump to conclusions, there are things to know. The burn passive on Liandry's, which goes by the name of Torment, cannot be stacked. This means that if there are multiple people on your team that build Liandry's, only one burn passive will go through, which takes away from the damage on the item. You will lose some gold value as a result of this. Usually when the enemy doesn't build HP, like in many ADCs or some supports or even some assassins, Luden's will probably be better. But don't forget, HP increases as the game goes on. This means that the damage gap between the two items will get less and less until in some cases, Liandry's will overtake Luden's in terms of damage. Obviously it varies champion by champion. However, HP can be itemized relatively easy on many champions. Also, there are external factors, maybe like runes, that could influence this. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. Also, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.